So initially in my first session I mentioned Fusion is having different inbound options, like one is HDL, which we covered. The second option we have is spreadsheet loader, and the one more is PBL, that is a payroll batch loader. So mostly payroll batch loader will get used only to do a payroll related objects load. So it supports only payroll objects like element entries, balance creations, balance update, so those things. So on the spreadsheet loader is again similar to like its HDL is having it supports almost all the business objects supported by HDL, and it is an Excel based load. Okay, and talking about spreadsheet loader, so you can ask why when we have a Excel based loader, why are we making things complicated using HDL, right? HDL is little complex. You need to prepare a file in .dat, pipe delimiter, so it is complex. So, but spreadsheet loader is Excel based and easy to use, easy to pass values. But still, we prefer to use HDL because HDL supports most of the complex things like assignment history data and hierarchy data load. So those things are not supported in the spreadsheet loader. So we cannot do a hierarchy load and complex data load in a spreadsheet loader. Okay. So if you want to load any simple object load, like if you want to create one job, or you got a requirement to create five jobs. So for that we can use the simple spreadsheet loader. So provide all the information, trigger it, it just creates all the 5 jobs in one shot. So it is simple to use. Okay, let's see what are the options we have in spreadsheet loader and how it works. Okay, spreadsheet loader is actually it's one more inbound feature provided by Oracle, and this is Excel based. So it's Excel based and it's user friendly. So where all the validations that while importing a HDL file, so we see couple of validations, right? The lookup names has to be in the system, lookups has to be configured in the system, and parent reference should be proper. So those configurations, those to pass those information in this spreadsheet loader. So it's easy. So while passing itself, it tells you. So what are the mandatory fields, and if you are not passing any mandatory field, it will clearly highlight and tells you. So these things are mandatory, you have to pass, and it also tells about the lookup, and it also provides a facility to correct the information. For example, when you do a upload of a file and the file gets error, then if you want to correct it, so you can do that in the same file. Okay. And benefits about this spreadsheet loader is it's very easy to use, so easy to understand, and it supports a flex field as well, and it requires very minimum setup of configuration. So, but in case of HDL, we had a lot of things to do, right? So in the spreadsheet loader, it's very minimal setup of configurations we requires to use that Excel, and it's user friendly. So there is no key concept in this. And let's see how what are the options in what scenario we can use spreadsheet, and in which scenario spreadsheet doesn't it doesn't give much information, it fails. Okay, so when you're trying to do a setup data load, so that time we can use a spreadsheet loader. So setup data comes such as your work structure information. So those things when you are trying to do, you can directly go with a spreadsheet loader, and you can prefer using spreadsheet loader when you have minimum set of information. If you have some 100 rows, or if you have some very minimal number of rows, you can go with a spreadsheet loader. So else we face many issues with Excel, because this is Excel based loader, so the Excel gets hanged, or the Excel will not behave properly if you put too much of data. So that's why we prefer to use this when we have very minimum set of information. And we cannot use this spreadsheet loader when we have a hierarchical object. So it's a simple hierarchy, the single level one line hierarchy will be supported in a spreadsheet loader. And in what cases it fails? So for that, coexistence scenario, we cannot use spreadsheet loader because the web service call automation is not possible in the spreadsheet loader. Okay, and the second thing is doing a worker load. So one simple hire we can do in using spreadsheet loader, but when you are trying to do a historical data load, or when you are trying to load multiple records for a person, so it's not possible in a spreadsheet loader. So these are the disadvantages of spreadsheet loader.
So let's Nehal, when you said coexistence means what?
Coexistence means when you are keeping your both legacy system and Fusion, both are up and running. So for example, you want to use Fusion only for core HR, but I'll not get all the absence and payroll information to Fusion. I'll still prefer to use my legacy system to use the payroll and absence.
Okay, you're telling because both the systems are there, like the syncing of the data,
Yes.
this is not.
Yes. So for the syncing, you have to, so daily basis, you need to get information and you need to send information from Fusion to legacy system, right? So for that, you may have to need automate the system, automate the process. So that automation is not possible using spreadsheet loader. So if you are trying to do any manual setups with a one-time load, that time we can go with a spreadsheet loader. Okay, and spreadsheet loader is having two different steps. So if you are seeing this diagram, so what happens is when you do a spreadsheet, when you run a spreadsheet loader, it gets the data and stores in HCL state tables. So it comes to HCL state tables. Okay, all the import happens to HCL state tables. From HCL state tables, it automatically calls the backend. It calls a automated process will get called to load a file in a HCL loader. So that actual load process you can monitor in the same HCL page. So where we were doing all the HCL loads, we can see all the load happening in the HCL tab, and in the load step, so the data will get moved from staging table to application tables. For example, if you are seeing in this diagram, the first step is to initiate the spreadsheet loader, which imports the data business object related data to HCM state tables. And if there are any errors, it throws error in the spreadsheet itself. So this is the first layer. So when the trigger happens, so the trigger happens in the HCL layer, and that load errors will get displayed in your HCL tab. If you want to correct it, you can again refresh the spreadsheet loader Excel sheet, correct the information, and re-trigger the file. So let's see how spreadsheet loader works in. So now we'll see how the spreadsheet loader works, and to use spreadsheet loaders, what are the prerequisites we need to install in our system. Okay, so I already mentioned it's a Excel based loader. So for that Excel, we need to have a WebADI, some add-ins. So we need to download that add-ins from the Fusion instance, and this is more specific to your particular instance. So it's preferred to download this WebADI setup information, the exe file from your instance. Okay, so that it depends on the version. So your version and add-ins should be in sync. Okay, so I'm going to Navigator. Under Tools, we have an option to download Desktop Integrator Installer. So just download this installer in your local machine. So I have already done this. So I have installed this. Okay, I have already downloaded into my machine and added this add-ins to my Excel sheet. So you also try to download this WebADI sheet and add this to your Excel. So to use spreadsheet loader or to use payroll batch loader, we need to have this WebADI installed in our machines. Okay, so now I'll click on the manage spreadsheet templates. So let's see the templates available in the spreadsheet loader. Yeah, so I already mentioned this spreadsheet loader is having, it supports all the business objects, most of the business objects supported by HDL, right? So if you are seeing, these are the objects available to load using spreadsheet loader. So we are seeing there are so many options, there are so many calculation cards are there. With for each thing, it is having one calculation card, and so there are so many options, so many business objects available. So one benefit using this spreadsheet loader is, so for example, in HDL we have multiple metadata, right? For if you see organization, that it is having two metadata. If you see worker, it is having multiple metadata, and if you see element entry, it is having multiple metadata. But in spreadsheet loader, we get one single file with all the information. So one Excel sheet with all the informations. Okay. So let me open one Excel sheet. So that is great. So we do have an option to get all the files in this page, or you can navigate to the manage grades. There also you have an option of manage spreadsheet loader. So from there also you can download this Excel sheet. So I'm trying to open this Excel sheet. Yeah, so when you are trying to open the spreadsheet loader or payroll batch loader, it will ask you to connect to your instance. So say yes and provide your credentials over there. So it will ask you to give username and password. Okay, so here you will get one more tab saying spreadsheet loader. So this got couple of more information. So when you want to refresh your window, you can click on clear all data or login again. So login again will ask you to provide the authentication again, and it will open a fresh Excel sheet. And so create data set will try to add a line item. So I'll click on OK. So data set created successfully. So this create data set which actually inserts a record in your Excel sheet. So now let's see, I just opened a grade file. So if you are seeing, so the grade data set name is something this is a auto generated data set name, right? And so supported actions only create and update. So using spreadsheet loader you cannot delete anything, so it supports only create and update. So we discussed about this. And business object is grade, execution status and business object messages. If you get any error messages, we can see that error messages in the messages this Excel sheet. And there is no instructions available to load it, to do this grade load. Okay, now let's try to enter records to this and see how it behaves. So effective start date. So I'll give 2000 0101. So here, if you see the date automatically, I entered one date and it automatically changed the format. So that is a benefit of spreadsheet loader. So you can provide date in any format and it auto converts the date in the required format. And second thing, lookups. All the lookups will come, will get populated in your Excel sheet. So you don't have to navigate to manage common lookups and see the configured values. So that automatically pop-ups here. So this is one more advantage. And third advantage is, so you can see these are the highlighted columns are mandatory, and it's clearly telling a valid value is required. If you don't enter those values, your record will be in an invalid status. So you need to provide all the records, all the values till your status will become valid. Okay, so effective end date is not a mandatory here, so I will not provide. Set code. So set code, we usually create all the work structure information with a common set, so I will provide a common. Grade code, I will provide grade test 01. Grade name, I provide same thing. Active status, so it is having two options, active and inactive. I will provide active. Reason code, I will not provide anything. If you see now, the status that invalid is no more there. That means your whatever record data I have provided is valid. Okay, like this we enter all the values, and above in the under spreadsheet loader we have an option of upload. So when you click on upload, all the data present in your spreadsheet will go and sit in your staging tables, that is HDL staging tables. So this is how we do is import. Load happens in your HDL window. Okay, so we'll see how that happens. So the file name you can check, the dataset name is this. So it's the date it is showing as 2/19/15/23. So this, with this name, it will trigger a file in HDL window. Okay, I'll do a upload. So you can see the messages. If there are any upload errors or import errors, you will be able to see here under message window. So here it's telling the request to import and load the spreadsheet data was successful. So there is no error while importing this record. So insert for batch processing. Now let's log into, let's navigate to import and load data. So that is under HDL. So load happens under HDL window. So if you see here, this is the dataset name. So right, so this is the date 15/23/56. So this is your dataset name. So load is happening in your HDL side. So imported successfully. So usually if there is any import error, it throws in your spreadsheet loader itself. While uploading, it will throw an error. So in this case, we can avoid that import errors in this window. So only load happens here. Yeah, if you're seeing, the load is successful. So now we'll go to workforce structures and we'll search for this grade. So this is quite simple, right? It's easy to use and user friendly. So anyone can use this. It's very easy to use because all the values are available over there. It's no usage of multiple windows, multiple data checks are not required. Right. So I'm going to workforce structures. I'll search for this grade which I created just now. So I created a grade test 01. Yeah, if you see, this is a pattern. So this code is something different. This I have not created this grade. I created this because I gave same grade code to both and common set active. So this is the grade which I created just now using this spreadsheet loader. So this is easy to use. So disadvantages is, so this the record which I just created will not be having any source keys. So if when you are trying to refer this in your worker object or in any other objects, you always have to use your user keys or your surrogate IDs. Surrogate ID you need to fetch from a backend table. So that is one thing, one difficulty you face. But if you are okay to use user keys, then this is the best option. So to do all the setup input, setup load, setup data creation. Okay, we do have an update as well, right? So let's try to do some change with this So grade code, let me try to change grade name to 2. So I'll keep the grade code same because grade code is a mandatory. Let's not do the change. I'm gonna change grade name. I change the grade name. Sorry, before doing any changes, you need to refresh because the load happened, right? But it is in the status, it is still showing row inserted for the batch processing. So before doing this thing, you need to refresh your complete screen. Do you wish the discard? Yes. Yeah. If you see here, the upload status, it is showing as success. So now we'll go ahead and do the update to the grade name. I'm changing the name to 2 and keeping all the information as it is. So now I will do the upload again. Okay. So if you are saying the batch dataset name is still the same, update failed. It's telling no changes were made, upload will not be initiated. Okay. So I'm refreshing the screen again. I changed the name. So this, when you do change to any of the data, this changed flag will be marked. So here it is marked, and the execution status, it is showing load successful. Let me try to upload it again. Okay, it is not happening. So let me try to create a new dataset and try. Okay, now I created 2 entries. So the first entry is referring to the same data which I created earlier. So because I gave the same grade code name, but only change I did for the grade name. So let me try to upload this. Okay. Okay, now the upload is successful. This is the import function is successful. So let me see how the run load is going on. So if you see load is complete, let's see whether the update has happened successfully or not. So the grade code, I'll search for the grade code. Yeah, if you see the code is this, grade name got updated to 202. So initially I created with 01. So I just updated using spreadsheet loader. So this which got changed here. So right, it's clear, right? So but you can't update the code because in grade, this grade code is a user key. When you try to update this, the system will not be able to identify whether you are trying to update or you are trying to create. It will not able to identify that. Instead it will create a new entry.